you willing to not be in your story, but stand on your story? Lisa Nichols. Hi, everyone, and welcome once again to another episode of Speak with Clarity, Confidence, and Charisma. I'm your host, Connie-Lee Bennett, and in today's episode, what we're going to do is talk about how to speak your truth. So make sure you stay tuned if you want to find out more about how to recognize your voice, confidently express your voice, and use your voice to make an impact. See you in a bit. I was having a conversation with one of my clients recently, and I asked her, why now? Why is it that you want to speak on stage now? What is the difference between who you were a year ago and who you are now? And she said two things for me that were very powerful. She said, Connie, I know I'm ready. I've been sitting and percolating and reflecting and experiencing life over the last years, and now I know that I'm ready to share my message. I thought, wow, I'm inspired. And then she turned around and she said, but I'm scared. I'm worried that when I'm expressing my voice, it doesn't ring true. It doesn't land as truth. I'm worried that when I share my voice, people are going to think that I'm an imposter. So I thought that's a really great thing for us to talk about today. It is really talking about how is it that you can know that your voice is yours and it is a message that's going to impact and land, and people are going to know that without a doubt, you were there. You experienced what you're talking about. You are an expert. You're credible in your field. And they really are inspired to make a change in their lives. So that's what I'd like to speak about today. So make sure you grab a piece of paper and let's dig right in. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody's talking to you, and as they're speaking to you, you don't know what it is, but you feel that there is a disconnect somewhere. Something that they're saying is not quite the truth. It doesn't land as true for you. Sometimes this happens when I'm in the audience and I'm listening to somebody speak, or maybe somebody's trying to sell me something, and I'm just not trusting what the person is saying. So why do you think that we feel this sometimes? What is the reason for this? Today, I'd like to talk about one reason, which could be that they're not expressing their own voice. What they could be doing is they could have been inspired by something that somebody had said, and all that they're doing is they're copying it. So they're speaking the words of somebody else, but at a very head level. It's not coming from their heart, and it's not something that they have integrated. This is something that I've really been thinking about recently, is this idea of inspiration versus comparison. Now, as a professional speaker myself, I do feel that I want to inspire and make a difference in the world. But I'm sometimes, let's just be honest, I am sometimes in a space where I'm comparing myself to other people. So I'll see somebody sharing a message and I will think, wow, this person is so amazing. And automatically, my unconscious mind goes into the space of lack. I don't have. The ego, that chatter, the monkey brain goes into that person is more and I am less. So unconsciously, when we find ourselves in that situation, what we do is we copy their message because we think that if we are like that person, if our message is like that person's message, then we will come across in the same way as them. I often talk about Joe McVean saying how if you copy somebody else's divine flow, you will never be able to express your own divine flow. So, how do you recognize your voice? How do you express your own voice? How you do that is through the percolation system. Now, what is the percolation system? Number one, yes. Look, there's nothing that you will learn, hear, experience, read about that you don't know already. What actually happens is that when you see somebody say something that is inspiring for you, or you read something in a book, what your soul is saying, hey, this is a message for you to remind yourself about. Now, why is it asking you to remind yourself? It's asking you to remind yourself because it's something that you're needing to learn again. It's something that you need to process again, and you need to filter within yourself through your own experience again. So when you are inspired by something, the universe is saying to you, your soul is saying to you, okay, I need to now think about this. I need to feel it. And I need to go out there and through my own experience, create my own not attachment to it, but my own words, my own meaning to it. So how you begin to recognize your voice is you understand that your voice is created through filtration. Filtration is the process of experiencing something yourself. So if I'm inspired by what Lisa Nichols says, she says, be willing to not be in your story, but stand on your story. I love that quote at a head level. But now what I need to do is I need to go out there and I need to experience what it means to actually stand on your story. Okay, so what does it mean to actually stand on your story? It means going out there and beginning to express, share your personal story, not be trapped by it, not be worried what people are thinking of you when you're expressing your story, knowing that your story is going to add value. This is what it means. And this takes time. So how you recognize your voice is through the filtration system, knowing that over time, your voice will become clearer and clearer. Your message will become clearer and clearer. So what's my pro tip here? My pro tip is that whenever you become inspired by somebody else's message, recognize the enoughness within you. Recognize how their message is an inspiration for you to begin to amplify and experience something within your own life. So through you filtering it, you can express your voice. Like I was sharing with you in the beginning when I was speaking to my client, she was saying, I have been percolating for years. She has a message. And she needed to experience in her everyday life what it meant to live, to be that message. When you're living your message, when you're being your message, then it lands as true on your audience. Number two, how do you confidently express your voice? Welcome to the journey of being a spiritual being having a human experience. I really believe that you have a unique message and you are here in this lifetime to really grow into your message, to experience it. And how we do that is through experiences. You know, every experience, every opportunity is an opportunity for you to unveil more of your truth, to connect more with all of who you are. And when you know that your puzzle piece is unique, your soul's purpose is unique, the resonance of your voice is unique, then for me, there is a sense of confidence that comes from that. If you really believe, the reason why our message sometimes doesn't ring true is because we don't believe in our message. And the reason we don't believe in our message is because we're copying somebody else's message. But imagine if you have experienced, you've percolated, you know that you've been there, you've experienced it, and that what you're sharing is unique to you because it's your story. No one else has experienced your story. When you know that you have something, when you know that you have overcome, when you've experienced it, then there's a sense of confidence that comes from the clarity of knowing what your message is. And yes, being nervous is normal. It's part of being a human being having a spiritual experience. So if we were to shift, if we were to pivot from the fear of people not trusting you or not resonating to how is this expression of myself a way for me to amplify, a way for me to grow, because you know that every experience is there to teach you more about yourself. So it becomes about how you're learning and growing, and it's an opportunity for you to grow. And the more that you grow, the more you know that you can contribute and make a difference. What would shift in your confidence if you were to see the situation as an opportunity for you to, instead of pushing away the fear, understanding that the fear was there to teach you about how you could expand more. And in that expansion, make more of an impact and make more of a difference on your audience. Finally, lastly, using your voice to make an impact. There is so much noise around us, so much social media, so many messages. How do we use our voice to make an impact? We are so scared of letting go of the norm, of the safety, of the conversations that we have about ourselves in our head. It's easier for us to remain attached to a form, to an expression, to a way of being, because it's all we've ever known. But in order for us to make an impact, we need to let go of that which was. We cannot create a new impact if we are remaining in an environment, in a situation that no longer serves us. As you expand, you have to let go. So in order to really make an impact, my question to you is, what is it that you're now needing to let go of? Your soul needs to let go in order for it to expand more. That's the way that the soul works. The soul doesn't like to remain in the same form, expression, situation. It needs change. It needs new. And if we're holding on to the old because it feels safer, then we can't expand more and make more of an impact. So it's really about you being the change that you want to see in the world. It's about you being ready to let go of that which no longer serves you. You cannot make an impact if you are still trapped or held by your conditioned views of the past. So, what's my invitation to you? My invitation to you is to look at, okay, what is the form of who I am that is still a conditioned form of the past? What do I need to, what belief system do I need to let go of? What way of being, dressing, acting, being do I need to let go of so that I can expand now into this new conversation that I want to be having with people? And knowing that it is a constant journey of growth. It's not about the destination. It's about the moments of authenticity, the moments of vulnerability, the moments of, okay, who am I now? What do I need to let go of so that I can courageously express my message? Okay, so what did we look at today? Today we had a look at how to speak your truth. And we said that how you speak your truth is by recognizing your own voice, knowing that whenever you are inspired by somebody, you look at how that inspiration is there to teach you how you can amplify on your message. Rather than comparing yourself to that person, you see it as you are enough, and this message is something your soul has given to you so that you can filter it through your own experience, percolate it down to a drop of wisdom that is uniquely yours. Then using that drop of wisdom confidently so that you can fully express your message, knowing that your message is unique. No one else has experienced life the way that you have experienced it. And when you're sharing your unique story, people will resonate with you. And why they resonate with you is because they can see that you are owning your voice. You're using your voice. You're making an impact in their life because you're being authentic, because you are being vulnerable, because they can see in you that it is your growth. You are using your life as an opportunity to grow, to expand, to become a better or a deeper version of yourself. And you're using that to make a difference in the world because you're wanting to be that role model. As always, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast, and make sure that you tune in next time for more insights on how you can fully express all of who you are. I look forward to seeing you then. Cheers, guys. Bye. Over the last few years, I have seen 3 common mistakes that people make when presenting themselves, whether it be on stage or on camera or in board meetings or workshops. Whoever you are, there are 3 mistakes that you are likely making. So I'd love to share this resource with you. Send me an email on info@merakiclbgroup.com. That's info@meraki, merakiclbgroup.com, with the subject title 3 common mistakes, and I'll send it over to you. In this resource, I outline what these mistakes are and how you can prevent yourself from making these mistakes in the future. I look forward to getting your email, and feel free if you have any questions at all. I'm doing this podcast for you, so please do feel free to email me on info@merakiclbgroup.com with any questions and proposals of topics that you want me to do in my podcast. All right, guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next podcast.